This is the story of a 135-pound dog and a tiny kitten who have bonded so deeply that separating them is impossible. The dog name is George, and the little kitten is Wendy. I first saw Wendy in a park. She was sitting quietly near a tree, and I slowly walked toward her. I spoke to her gently from a distance, and to my surprise, she agreed to come with us. We brought her home. Usually we foster animals for a while, and then give them to people who want to adopt them. But Wendy changed everything. She won our hearts in just one day. I introduced her to our big dog, George. The moment she saw him, she walked straight between his front paws and curled up there. Wendy was so tiny, about the size of one of George's paws, but she wasn't scared at all. She got as close to him as possible, as if she had always belonged there. I was nervous watching them. She was almost crawling underneath him, but George didn't mind. After that moment, we knew we couldn't give Wendy away, especially after seeing how deeply she connected with George. It was heartwarming to watch. Wendy plays with George all day. She chases his tail, even when he's asleep and it isn't moving. She still pounces on it, and George absolutely loves it. He never moves, never gets up, never tries to walk away. You'd think he would get annoyed, but he doesn't, because George has the kindest heart. Sometimes, Wendy climbs onto his back. Other times, she burrows under his chest. When we try to move her or shift George, she runs straight back to him. She may be small, but she is fearless. When we first brought her home, I thought she might be scared of George because he's so big, but she surprised us all. From day one, she acted like he was her best friend. Wendy is always happy. She has a huge personality despite her tiny size. She absolutely adores George. Whenever she sees him, she meows like crazy. She rubs her face and body against his, and if she gets the chance, she even tries to kiss him. And George? He doesn't mind at all. George is kind to all animals. We have other dogs, ducks, and chickens, and he treats them with love and care. But his bond with Wendy is different. The connection between them is special. It's clear from the very first glance. Before Wendy came into his life, George was sad. She arrived at the perfect time. George had a best friend, Debbie. She was a huge part of his life. But when she passed away, I think George felt the loss deeply. He was heartbroken, just like we were. Then Wendy appeared. I truly believe she helped heal George's heart, and ours too. She filled the empty space in his life. Seeing George happy again, loving another animal the way he once loved Debbie, was beautiful. Wendy brought joy back into George's life, and I think George gave Wendy a sense of safety and love in return. Watching them together brings happiness to everyone who sees them. They are the perfect balance for each other. George is calm and gentle, while Wendy is full of mischief and energy. They are proof that love has no size, no limits, and no boundaries. If you enjoyed the story of George and Wendy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're thinking about rescuing an animal, always remember to do it responsibly. Contact professionals to ensure the safety and well-being of the animal. Rescuing is a beautiful act of kindness, but it comes with responsibility. Every life matters, and with the right care, you can change an animal's world forever.